What's up, Crypto Crew, and welcome back. Or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Mite, actively escaping the matrix, scoping out the crypto ocean. So if you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt.
Into the boat!
Crypto Crew, Kaspa just won the Best Blockchain Innovation Award at Crypto Expo EU in Bucharest, Romania. More on that later.
Casper's Crescendo update is gearing up for launch, with the TN10 release expected by March the 4th. This update focuses on improving pruning transitions, making the network smoother and more efficient. The team has fixed a key issue and now wants community input on when to roll out the hard fork, either March the 6th or March the 8th. The choice matters, as node operators will need time to update. If you're running a node or just following Casper's progress, now's the time to get involved. Head to Discord, cast your vote, and get ready for the next steps in Casper's evolution.
A lot of exciting things to come for Kaspa in the near future, maybe even this week, even though the market is still making a correction. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Caspians know that Kaspa is the digital silver to Bitcoin's digital gold, and so like all assets, you should protect them, and we at Your Crypto Crew always encourage you to practice self-custody. We believe the Tangent Wallet is your best option, plug and play, easy to use, the most affordable cold storage in our opinion. So if you'd like to order your Tangent Wallet today, you can get 10% off using code CryptoCrew, link in the description box below. Thanks so much for your consideration and support in advance, and may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you all.
There is no such thing as bad publicity.
Crypto Crew, Kaspa made an appearance at the Crypto Expo EU in Bucharest, Romania, and on stage representing Kaspa and the Kaspa KEF was John Lee, who also had some rather interesting comparisons to make. Take a listen, Crypto Crew.
Today I want to talk about more is better, and I think this is quite an intuitive statement, right? Basically, that if we have more tokens, we feel we are having more wealth, and if we are having more price pumps, we may think that we are actually just getting more money. And also just for this event, if we're having more people visit here, we think this is a good event. So the most recent update on Kaspa is that we will have a 10 BPS. By 10 BPS, we mean you're going to have 10 blocks per second. It means the network can generate 10 blocks per second, and you have more blocks. And the major argument I want to make in this presentation is that when you choose to, like a public chain to invest in, to be a node or to be a miner or in whichever form, you should always think about the number of blocks you may be able to get, and you should always choose the chain that gives you the largest possible number of blocks. So that is the thesis for this presentation today. So what does 10 BPS actually mean, or what do more blocks bring, right? Because a very common interpretation would be, well, this means higher block rates, right? It means you can generate blocks more quickly. I won't say this is a wrong, or this is a misinterpretation, but I think it means more than that. It is, of course, true that Kaspa will generate blocks per 0.1 second, which is 100 milliseconds. That is good. It is significantly faster than Bitcoin and Ethereum. And of course, it's also faster than Sui and Solana block-wise. I understand this is a different concept than TPS. I will get to those very shortly. But I also want to use this as an opportunity to explain to you that Kaspa has always been active in the crypto field, even if it's not as known as Ethereum and Bitcoin. Kaspa is the first GhostDAG, which means it's a directed graph rather than a longest chain rule. And this work done by Dr. Jonathan Samplinsky and his team is employed by popular chains like Sui, which is also a DAG chain. But this work was firstly devised and invented by the Kaspa research team. And it is also true that Vitalik, of course from Ethereum, spoke in multiple occasions about the Ghost protocol. That is a protocol that Vitalik thought of using to design the new smart contract system on Ethereum before they decided to turn to POS, a proof of stake system. So you can actually search for Vitalik and Ghost, and you will see Vitalik quoting these results from Dr. Samplinsky and their teams. So the major point here is that maybe different from many's knowledge, but Kaspa has actually always been the academic basis and cornerstones of many popular chains technology people are using on a daily basis of today. The next thing I want to talk about here is that I don't really want just to talk about block rates, right? Because if talking about block rates only means we are only talking about speed and being fast. And being fast is not my major focus of this speech. Because you can get infinitely fast if you are on a single server in a single data center. That's what happens with Hyperliquid and what happens with a lot of other chains. But I want to talk about what does it mean just because you have a larger number of blocks generated apart from the speed. So the point here is, I'm not saying that Kaspa is literally the best crypto chain in all senses. But I'm saying that Kaspa has at least comparative advantage over most of the popular chains you have been seeing elsewhere. For instance, comparing to Bitcoin, Kaspa is more scalable. I think this is quite straightforward because you have only 7 blocks per hour on Bitcoin network. And Kaspa, now you have 10 blocks per second. And also comparing to the rest of the chains here, I will again elaborate in a second, that Kaspa is in general more decentralized. It means that these blocks can include more transactions. These blocks can also invite or be more inviting to more miners and more nodes to build a decentralized network. This is specifically true when comparing to the specific mechanism employed by other chains. For instance, most of these chains like Tron or Solana, they're employing a leader-based consensus mechanism. That is to say they have a super node or leader node that is elected or selected on the chain or the network. And in this regard, Kaspa is definitely more decentralized because you have just so many nodes and there are no super nodes, no election on Kaspa. So I guess then the next question here, why decentralization actually matters, right? Because more and more users today just focus on the UI and UX. They don't care about what kind of infrastructures they're using anymore. To our understanding, we think that decentralization is the same thing as security. And these have multiple layers of meanings that I'll explain here. Because I do understand when people care about programmability, when care about the speed, cares about scalabilities, we have to emphasize these things must happen with the premise of decentralization and security. Or otherwise, this is no different from you using a Web2 product. And that is a spirit most people lose already. And here's an explanation of how other chains work. Again, this is pure comments on objective facts, and there is no, criticism or what. But it's just a matter of fact. For instance, if you look on Tron, that it has 27 super nodes. I'm not sure if everyone knows about it, but every transactions you have on TRC20 USDT, for instance, is controlled by these 27 super nodes. For Sui, they have about 107, and now I think it's 105 validator node, and all of our transactions are controlled by those nodes. And to qualify to be a Sui node, you have to stake 30 million Sui to be qualified to apply to be a validator node. And note that is not 30 million US dollars. That's 30 million Sui of today's price is almost 100 million US dollars. So that is a problem we see here, that a lot of these chains are not decentralized. Of course, people may have the argument saying, well, the super nodes on Tron are making a lot of money, why they would do anything bad? But our argument analysis here, this is just like a nuclear power station. Oftentimes it's just fine, but once it has some problems or is someone that is malicious, wants to do something evil, it's going to be disastrous. And we don't think the probability of over half of 27, which is 14 people want to do something bad, is that low. So for Solana, you have to elect on one leader node for every round of the ledger book. And it seems that Solana has about 1,000 validator nodes. But look, most of the transaction is TPS. By the way, Solana claims to have a 50,000 TPS. About 2/3 of this TPS has to be spent on the election. It means the actual TPS that can serve your interest is less than 15,000. And therefore, we say that Solana is not that decentralized neither, because we don't even know how many of these validator nodes are controlled by the Solana Foundation or what. And by the way, don't forget about this hardware requirement. It means you want to be a validator node on Solana, you have to pay a lot of money, approximately around $20,000 per month, to have these hardwares, and then you can run a node. And these are all entry bars to potential people who want to join the network to be a node or to be a miner or to be a user.
Now we know Crypto Crew using innovative block DAG technology. Kaspa allows for multiple blocks to be created simultaneously, resulting in lightning fast transactions and incredible scalability. And Kaspa is about to roll out the upgrades for the world to see very soon. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good.
Stick around.
Fix your mind before you get to the grind. And with that said, let's continue to escape the matrix. Let's continue to be on the lookout for the next big thing here on the crypto ocean. Grow in grace, and let's make some crypto waves. Say aye.